Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Alan's Root Part 5, where we're playing. We're in the section where it says taboo, but I still reach for you. I'm enjoying his route. There's been a lot of twists and turns. Not really, actually, but there's a lot of things I didn't think about this route, so that's totally fine. But I am interested to see what happens and if any of my theories are correct. So we're just gonna keep playing. I then gave Auntie gifts from the human realm and enjoyed my time with her. Last episode, we ended up visiting our aunt and we asked her questions, and now we're here. However, I decided to return to Lost York before someone noticed me. Yeah, definitely don't want to get caught and get stuck. Bye, Cupid. Okay, thank you, Auntie. See you again. Be careful. Will do. As careful as I can be. How's everyone doing today? It was raining in Lost York. Wow, so much rain. I got soaking wet the moment I arrived. I dashed into a nearby shop. Rain was pouring so much it was hard to see the distance. I will go the distance. I'll be there someday. So much rain. Is Lord Jupiter making it rain? I don't hear thunder, so maybe not. I wrung out my hair, which was drenched, to get the water out. That's when I heard running footsteps from behind the rain. Beyond the rain. I mean, okay, hold on. Pause. If she's in a shop, I don't think I'd wring out my hair in a shop. That seems a little odd, unless I was in the bathroom over the sink. I don't want to get water everywhere. Whew. I sure got wet. Oh, Alan? Hey, Katie. He probably didn't expect to see me here. Alan then ruffled my hair. You're soaking wet. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. Droplets fell from his hair. His gaze was mesmerizing. He really is handsome. Man, it's that Cupid era, I'm telling you. My heart is pounding so loudly I can't even look straight at him. My gaze naturally went to my feet, and I looked at the floor where the raindrops fell, shoulder to shoulder with Alan. I was surprised when it started raining so suddenly. Were you returning home from work too? Yeah, it started to calm down on my way back home. I see. How about you? Why were you out? I thought I'd cook up some beef stew, so I went to the market. When I came out, it started pouring. I wouldn't be surprised if this was Jupiter doing. Maybe he's trying to help? Alan showed me the groceries he brought. His consideration for me made my heart ache. I see. Thank you, Alan. I'm looking forward to dinner. Well, we can't go back with the rain coming down so hard. Hopefully the groceries don't spoil. We both looked up into the rainy sky. Heavy rain continued pouring and didn't seem like it was going to let up anytime soon. Rainwater bounced off rainwater bounced off the roadway and reflected the streetlight. I was content to be able to share such a moment together with Alan. Rain is so beautiful. Rain is really calming. I love when it rains, like if I'm going to sleep, because I sleep better. He practically said aloud what I had been thinking in my own head. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. That's so. Yeah, I was so content I leaned into him a little. He looked up at the rainy sky and spoke softly. You know, I really enjoy the rain. It's quite comforting and makes me feel like I'm the only one in the world. The words were muttered casually. It felt like the first time Alan was opening up with how he really felt. Elated, I nodded. I like it too. Sometimes I feel like I can forget about being a goddess when it rains. Likely because the rain clouds obscure my view of Celestia and it never rains there. If I were a human girl, I wouldn't have to worry about whether I could love Alan or not. You can't forget about being a goddess? Oh, you can forget about being a goddess? Didn't think you would think like... Didn't think you would think that way. Is that wrong? I like
俺は
that
その考え
idea. I feel like
好
I
き
can
だ。
forget about being a demon in the
俺
rain.
も雨の中でならあくまでいる自分を忘れられる気がするしさ。
The voice acting for Alan is awesome. I like his voice fluctuations and tone. I see. We're the same then.
あ、
Yeah. Together we smile and gaze up into the sky. This is nice. Even though my clothes were wet and cold, I wish this moment would last forever. I mean, aren't you in a human body right now? Can't you get sick? I would definitely say, you might want to, um, get something different. I mean, not get something different, but like change clothes or go home and take a hot shower so you don't get sick. That would be probably wise. But we shall see what happens. Forget about being a demon, huh? Perhaps Alan doesn't want to be a demon. Yet, if he was born as a demon, then he can't quit being one. He can only live on with his vices. But if he wasn't born a demon, I wonder how tough it is for a kind soul to live as a demon.
なあ、
Hey, if
君が
there ever was a way that
自
you
分
could give
が
up your
神をやめ
divinity,
られると分かったら
would you do it?
やめたいと思う。
I think he still wants to keep it bow for whatever reason. What? I leapt up in surprise with that question. Quit being a goddess?
そう、
Yeah, to live
キ
not
ューピッ
as
ドじゃなく
Cupid,
な
but
って
as an ordinary human.
普通
What
の
would
人間として生きられる
you
としたら
do?
君はどうする？
I never thought of that, because I have always been Cupid. Just like how Alan can't quit being a demon, I will be Cupid for as long as I live. But what if I can quit? Do I want to? I don't know. I can't imagine myself as someone other than Cupid.
確かに
That's true.
君
Even
が
if you turn human,
人
you'd
間
still
に
be
なって
helping
も
people with
人の
their
恋の応援
relationship.
ばっかりしてそうだね。
This is true. His voice was soft and kind. It wasn't the sort of voice he'd had if he didn't care about me. Come to think of it, was he always this way? Memories of him came flooding back. He warned me of the dangers of incubi and went through the trouble of proving it by eating my dreams. He pretended to be my lover even though he didn't have to, treating me warmly. Demons are supposedly dangerous, but he's only been kind to me. Gods and demons aren't all that different. The difference is in how they treat humanity, whether through compassion or malice. Hey, Alan?
うん、
Hmm? Alan, you're an incubus, right?
そうだよ。
Yep. I'm a
悪
bad
いやつな
demon.
んだ。
But all they do is feed off dreams of women in love, right?
そうだよ。
Yep, a demon that steals
恋
women
する
in
女
love,
を
a
略奪
natural
する
enemy
悪
of
魔。
Cupid. Yeah, Alan seems to be using natural enemy as a way to emphasize his supposedly dangerous nature. I think that Alan really is dangerous, and we don't have a proper grasp or understanding as MC yet of how dangerous he can be. He is, in fact, really caring. But, like she's saying, or thinking, rather, he is really sweet and caring, and we have seen glimpses of him having a deeper affection for MC. He doesn't make excuses for being a demon. If I asked him to stop, he wouldn't, unless it wasn't a necessity for him. Hanlon, once the Arrow's effect wears off, are you going to go back to being the thieving
そうだよ。
parasite? Yeah, but if you end up falling in
君
love
が
with
誰かに
someone,
恋
then
してく
maybe
れ
I
れば
won't. But
そ
what
う
if I
せず
fall in
に
love
済む
with
けどさ。
you? Without any hesitation, he nodded. I keep asking that question because I really want her to ask. It makes sense. Just like how carnivores carnivores feed on herbivores, that is what he told me. But he never ate more than he needed to, even if he had the opportunity to feed more. Because he doesn't enjoy it. At least it doesn't seem that way. I glanced over and saw an expression of self-loathing. I knew it. He's not happy with himself for being an incubus. That's why he didn't resist being humbled. He even readily accepted the blame when I scolded him. He accepted the fault, but he can't stop feeding on dreams. He'll starve otherwise. He doesn't say it, but he probably hates that he has to live like this. And he stays silent about this because he's a sincere, gentle person. He knows how simple he is, and he doesn't want to make any excuses. Ah, I do in fact love him. He held my wrist hesitantly and checked my body temperature.
冷えてる。
You're freezing. You'll catch a
こ
cold
の
at
まま
this
だと
rate.
風邪
Come
ひく。
here. Huh? He pulled me by my wrist and into his warm embrace. Pressing up against his strong chest, I felt breathless.
寒くない。
Are you cold? I swear, if I ever make it a Tome game, it's just gonna have so many CGs. I'm gonna spend so much money. No. It was almost too honest, maybe because I was being held by someone I loved. My heart beats faster just by being hugged. Oh, I really love him. I couldn't stay calm and my chest was throbbing. Even if the effects of the arrow wears off, I will probably still love him. This is how much I want him right now. Because he is a kind demon and he takes care of me and he re- feels himself, consi- reviles himself consistently. Isn't this what love is? For? Alan, I want to kiss you. The look of surprise on his face. Worth it. I noticed he is startled.
ダメだよ。哀れ
We
み。
can't, Katie. You're feeling this way because of the
君の
arrow.
その感情は
Don't give in.
キューピッドの矢のせい。きっと。
You'll regret it.
君は
That's why
後
you
悔
need
す
to
る。
bear with it for a little
だから
longer. He truly is kind. Auntie said that human males were so physical or something to that effect. Yet here he is, considerate of the situation that brought us together, refusing to take advantage. But that is why I fell in love with him. This is a real emotion that won't fade even after the effects of stupid arrows wear off. I think you should listen to him and not give in, at least not until like you know for sure the effects have worn off. It doesn't matter if you're a demon or a human. I love you. I won't regret it. So please. Looking up at him, Alan's mouth was sealed tightly. I could clearly see his throat gulping anxiously.
俺は。
But I'm not.
でも、
You're not what? Alan was being hesitant and it brought tears to my eyes. Is it a no? Maybe because we're just a temporary couple, he's indulging me during all this. You're right. I'm under the influence of the arrow, so I'm being selfish with this. I'm sorry. It was as if a wolf had caught me. He pulled me by the waist, his fingers on my chin, and his lips were pressed into mine. This kiss was different from the many in my dream. It was real. I could feel the softness of his lips, the emotion charged in his kiss. Alan, I tried to hold myself
君
back. It's your fault for
が守る
taunting
からい
me.
けないんだ。俺
Okay, can
は
we just take a minute and appreciate Alan's outfit
こ
though?
らえようと思ったのに。
Like, I don't think I don't think, I don't remember anyways, if we have seen this much. It's such an interesting, like, first of all, I always kind of like this vest. But, like, I like the different patterns, but it's also a little too many patterns for me, personally. But it suits him, so it's fine. I like the contrast between, like, the orangey yellow and the purple of their outfits. Alan would kiss me over and over again from different angles, as if he really loved me. Because I think he does. It was passion, not pretense. His brows furrowed and he gave me a pained look. He pulled on my upper lip and sighed sweetly. Obviously, I can't do a manly sigh. Our breaths blended together and my thoughts faded away. He held on to me
ど
tightly.
うして
Why are you?
君は。
Alan would hold back from saying the rest. It, it can't be me.
俺は。
But what if it
俺
is
じゃ
you?
ダメ
I
な
don't know what it can't be. Anyway. What do you mean? I
君は。
wanna know. Won't you tell me? I wanna know what your
悪
secrets
魔に
are.
踏み込
That
む
works
こ
better
と
in my
によっ
head.
て
Do you know what you are saying? Asking a demon for something like this?
君は神だ。
You are a goddess. I can't be together with
俺なん
you.
かと結ばれるはずないのに。
Oh, his voice sounds so anguished. No. He looked like he was on the verge of tears. As the rain fell, he was growling with frustration, but he kissed me deeply once again. My body was heating up with the kiss. I was even forgetting that we were wet in the cold rain. Everywhere we touched, it felt hot because I was sharing a kiss with someone I loved. And they weren't just gentle kisses. As the rain soaked us through, we couldn't hold back and continued to indulge. There was nothing stopping us now. Ba bum bum bum. Ellen, we ran into the rain and returned back to the store. We hastily undid the lock and took off our wet clothes. I mean, you definitely don't want to get sick. We fell back onto his bed and our legs entangled deep into another kiss. Alan, I love you. I love you so much. Katie. Alan then kissed me on the neck. He's a vampire. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I like to make vampire jokes a lot, so like, just bear with me. As Alan held me, I felt tears welling up. I can finally be with him. Or so I thought. No, I shouldn't be doing this. Self
こん
control.
なことをしちゃ
I feel like this would have ramifications. Alan buried his face into the linen sheets next to me. Oh, wait, but isn't this what he wants? Because then he gets Cupid's arrow?
ダメだ
He clenched the bed linen.
君
Why?
のその感情
Your
は
feelings are just temporary. No matter how much we
ただ
want
の
it,
気
I
の迷
can't.
いだ
I don't want to taint you. Alan looked at me with his teeth clenched. So his eyes clearly wanted to continue. He's trying to stop for me. I mean, I think this is wise because I think he's onto something with her feelings only being temporary because of the arrow. I couldn't help but fall in love with someone so sweet. I do think she's genuinely developing feelings for him apart from the arrow, but I do think the arrow's effects are heavily influencing her. I reached over and touched his cheek. I could feel the warmth of my hands heating up his rain chilled skin. Even real emotions can be fleeting. That's true. Even for humans, a love based on a fleeting feeling can cause problems. I am not regretting anything because my emotions are real. Tears began streaming down my cheeks. I loved him. I loved him so much. I needed him to believe me. I love you. Please believe me. My tears were turning his image into a blur, but I could tell he was still anguished.
俺は
I
こんな
didn't
こ
stay
と
by
を
your
するため
side.
に
I didn't stay by your side
君
for
の
your
そばに
sake.
いたんじゃない
I had to throw my emotions away.
俺の感情
Oh,
な
we're
んて
getting more story. Yes. Huh?
悪魔が神を
If a
抱いて
demon loves a goddess, there's no
天
escaping
罰が
divine
起きない
punishment.
はずがない
It's taboo. Wait,
と
what?
てもダメだ
But even if punishment awaited me,
た
I
とえ
want
天
you.
罰が起きても
Before I had a chance to ask what he meant, his lips pressed into mine and sealed them. Wait, no, you can't just say something like that and not tell me more. Ah, game! His hair was still dripping from the rain. If you get sick, it's not my fault. All my concerns melted away and disappeared. Alan was always gentle despite everything. I can feel his emotions by touching him. Why are you so kind to me? Even though you're a demon, you're so sweet. This wasn't like the dreams. There was no sweet nothings being whispered, just our labored breaths and moans. Are you doing this to. Are you just doing this to feed on my dreams? I doubt it. Or can I rely on you? I don't fully understand his feelings. Regardless, he was handling me with such gentle care, it filled me with joy. I generally don't think he's just doing it to feed on your dreams. I think there's a great care for you that he has. Unless Alan wasn't ever Cupid. Hmm. The waves kept coming and going. Under the beautiful sky, I was holding someone's hand. Their fingers were warm and soft. Who are you? I couldn't hear any voices, not even the sound of a breath, just the sound of the soft waves. It was so nostalgic, it was painful. It felt like I lost every. It felt like I lost something very important. Oh, forgotten memories, perhaps? There's like this little image on the bottom of my computer. I think it's supposed to be a hyena or something, but like I genuinely can't tell, and it's kind of weird. It's in my search bar. Anyways, that was random. Snore. Wait, I didn't think Alan slept. Opening my eyes, I saw Alan beside me. The man I loved, the man I can call my lover, he who desired me in turn. He is sleeping. It was my first time seeing him sleep. I thought incubi didn't sleep, but he is sleeping. Maybe he had too much activity. Seeing him sleep filled me with joy, and I carefully snuggled into his arms. So warm. Alan's body was warm and comforting. It was much different than the dreams. In reality, it was more exhausting, warm, and sweaty. But I felt a greater happiness. Being together with your lover is so fulfilling. Dreams shouldn't be better than real life. I can't entirely blame it all on Alan for Cupid Corp members leaving. Perhaps my inability to provide enough for my clients as an advisor is the reason why I had been losing to incubi dreams. I don't think that's it. If I can connect more couples together, then it should be alright for Alan to feed. I need to try harder. I don't want to put him in a position where he can't eat. I mean, that's so wrong, but also I understand. Alan rolled over. Red Rover, Red Rover. Haha, he's sleeping well. I checked the clock and it was still 5 a.m. I can sleep a little longer. I hugged him softly so I didn't wake him. It was then that I noticed an odd scar on his back. Hmm? What is this scar? It has a weird shape. I traced it with my fingers, but then a prickled pain blossomed in my chest. What is this? What is this feeling? It was a similar feeling from when I first came to the human realm. I thought, I want to go back home. Hey. Wait, I want to see the scar. Do I get to see the scar? If there's not a CG with a scar, I'm going to feel gypped. That's when Alan rolled over and opened his eyes with a snap. He would blink several times and then touched his lips. He seemed to remember last night. His face blushed red. It was making me blush too. He's not supposed to be making that face. He's an incubi, isn't he? Yeah, an incubi in love with you. Good morning.
おはよ
Good morning. Are you
う。
okay?
体、辛くない。
He gently touched my arm, worried for me. Yeah, I'm fine. You were really gentle with me.
そっか。
I see. Good.
よかった。
Alan relaxed a bit as if he was relieved. Even though he's supposed to be the thieving parasite, he's so sincere.
生身の体でする
It was
の
my
は
first
初
time
めてだっ
doing
た
it in
から
real
さ。
life. I was worried about my performance, but I'm
加
glad it
減
didn't
が
hurt
わ
you
か
at
らなく
least.
て不安だったんだ。でも、辛くないならよかった。
Huh? First? You? It was your first?
心外だ
I was
な。
your first? Do I look
俺
like
が遊
someone
び
who would
歩い
sleep
てるよう
around
に
with
見
so
え
many
た。
women? But you're an incubus.
インキュバスは
Incubi
夢の
feed
中
off
で
of
抱く
people's
のが
dreams,
食事だよ。
so they don't have to actually do
裏を
anything in
返
real
せば、
life.
だから
This is why I've never done it
したこと
before.
なかっ
You were
た。
my first. He smiled sweetly with a hint of his usual ease. Even though he acts the way he does, it was his first time too. Then we're the same. Yeah, seems so.
うん。
Wait, I have to ask, does he have a small ponytail in the back of his head? On like his hair? Alan then pulled me into a tight hug. His fingers began to brush through my hair. Like patting a child's head, something you would do to your family.
君は
You still don't regret
後
it?
悔し、
Of course not.
そっか。
I see. That's good.
よか。
He definitely knows something that we don't know, and he's hinting at it, but I don't have enough of the story to piece it together. For some reason, his voice sounded like he was about to cry. You don't regret it, do you, Alan?
するわけないよ。
I wouldn't. I was
ずっと
always in love with
俺
me?
は
Yeah, I know, I'm pretty great. Alan then shook his head.
ごめん。
I'm sorry, in any case, I'm just happy you accepted me as your
とに
lover.
かく俺は
Really?
信じられな
You
い。
can't believe me? I just thought you were playing along because of the arrow. When I looked at him, he brushed my cheek with his hand and gave me a gentle expression.
そんなこと考え
So
てた
that's
ん
what
だ。
you were thinking. Didn't I tell you with my body last
君
night?
の体で伝え
I
た。
love you. Really? He then released me and gave me a morning kiss. You must be hungry. I'll make
ほら
something for you. I wonder if Alan can turn into a human. Like, if gods can lose their ability to be gods in this game and become mortal, I wonder if demons can too. Huh? I can make it myself.
昨日無理させ
You
た
may
んだ
have gone a bit too hard yesterday.
君は
You
まだ
just
休んでいて
rest, my darling.
マイハニ
He patted my head. This was the first time he'd ever called me my darling. I still want to know why he said R. Like, what was that all about? He always used to he always used our darling before. Did I become exclusively his because we made love? Oh, I wonder if he said R potentially because he was trying to hook me up with one of the other parasites. So that way he could feed on my dreams. But why did he have that look? He looks like he's about to cry. He was different. It was different from regret. It seemed more like guilt. Even from the very beginning, I still don't know who Alan is. An incubus and a thieving parasite. He thought he taught me that I was too trusting and vulnerable, open to dangers despite being a goddess. Demons are supposedly dangerous, but he's always been kind to me. If he had planned on tricking me, why worry for my safety? Everything he does feels like it's all for my sake. I had no idea why. It's because I have no idea what a demon is. Hmm. Water, yeah. Ooh, that was a nice shower. We then ate breakfast and took a shower together.
ほ
You're
ら
still wet.
ここまだね
I was covered with a towel and hugged from behind. When I turned to look around, he snuck a kiss to my lips. If you don't dry
きちん
yourself,
と
you'll
乾
catch
か
a
さない
cold.
と
I nearly swooned with his kiss. It's sweet and tender, like a real lover's. Alan's compassionate look and his loving gestures melted away the anxiety I had before breakfast. Then I'll wipe you down for you. Thank
Bye.
you. I take the towel and wipe his hair. We wiped each other down and prepared for the day. That's a weird way to say that, but I know what they meant. That was when Alan poked at my back.
背中に
You have an
不
odd
思議
scar
な
on
技
your
があ
back.
るんだね
Huh? Really?
うん
Yeah,
ど
here.
こに
It was one on my back, just above my waist. I had a scar? I didn't know. I can't see for myself, so I didn't notice. Speaking of scars, you also. Uh-oh. That's when Alan got wobbly and put his hands on the wall. Alan, what's wrong?
あごめん
Oh, I'm sorry. I
昨日
didn't eat
食ってな
yesterday,
いか
so I
ら
guess I'm hungry. Oh, I see. Devil's Kiss. And with that, we will wrap up episode part 5. Next we'll continue with part 6, A Devil's Kiss. I want to know more about the scars. Like, this game is hinting at so much and giving you like lots of breadcrumbs, but not enough. I need more. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.